I really don't want to do a live stream every single day, but the the Cardinal of Washington D.C., Cardinal Gregory, has canceled this scheduled Pontifical High Mass. Now, for those of you who don't know what a Pontifical High Mass is, it's a high mass with a bishop, and there's a lot of extra ceremony involved in that. So if you ever have an opportunity to attend a Pontifical High Mass, certainly I encourage you to go. I actually the only one I've ever attended was with Bishop Athanasius Schneider, so that was awesome. But I do want to talk a little bit about this cancellation. So, the Mass had been scheduled at the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception in Washington, D.C. If you watch EWTN, then you would certainly know that building because they broadcast a lot of Masses live from that Basilica. It was scheduled for August 14th, which is less than a month away. It was actually, like 3 weeks away. And it was supposed to be offered a year ago, but with the shutdowns and everything, it was rescheduled for August 14th. So let me see here. Archbishop Thomas Gullickson was scheduled to be the bishop. He submitted a formal request for permission, and the permission had already been obtained. This I'm reading from Arate Chaley's blog, and the link is in the description. So let's see here. The organizer of the Mass was the Paulus Institute for the Propagation of the Sacred Liturgy. They had been working with the shrine and chancery staff even in the past few days until Cardinal Gregory denied permission to Archbishop Gullickson. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Archbishop Gullickson. He's a very interesting character, and if you've been watching this channel, you'll probably have been familiar with his name because I mentioned him a few times before. He's definitely a Benedict bishop. I believe he was the nuncio for Switzerland. Don't quote me on that, but it was definitely a country in Europe. He was a nuncio, which is the Vatican ambassador to that country, and Benedict assigned him there. I believe it was within the last year or two he requested an early retirement from his nuncio position, and he wasn't pressured out. I have no impression, no indication that he was pressured to take an early retirement. It sounds like that's what he wanted to do. I believe he even says so on his blog. He certainly was not forced out. Even Pope Francis even asked him to stay for an extended several months, like it worked to find a successor for him. So, but anyway, he retired. He's from South Dakota, and so he went back to South Dakota, and he was serving kind of as a parish priest. I'm not sure which diocese. I don't think there's too many dioceses in that state, but he was filling in as a parish priest, which is kind of crazy for not even a bishop but an archbishop, filling in while they could find a replacement pastor. But he was scheduled to say this mass. Now Cardinal Gregory denied him permission, and so this mass had been planned for well over a year. And the big news, or the big thing about this mass, is going to be broadcast live on EWTN. How crazy is that? When's the last time EWTN showed a Latin mass? I've heard that they have in the past, but it doesn't seem like they've done that for a while. This was going to be a massive event. I wasn't actually aware of it, but I certainly would have hyped it up if I had known. But this is the big shot that has been fired in the United States. There have been corrupt bishops who have shut down Latin masses. Bishop Anthony Taylor of Little Rock, Arkansas. Arkansas. How many people actually live in Arkansas? It's kind of like a state in the middle of nowhere. No offense to anyone who lives there, but there have been a few corrupt bishops who have shut down certain masses. But this is a big shot fired by the corruption network against us, and so we need to respond. So we need to encourage EWTN. Let's hurry up and schedule some kind of mass, some pontifical high mass. I mean, let's not get discouraged here because EWTN can broadcast any mass live. I mean, how many masses are live streamed every single day? So EWTN could most certainly schedule a live stream mass if they really wanted to. Now it's only 2 weeks to pull all their equipment together and everything, but we need to, we really need to respond here. We need to encourage EWTN to find a mass, a Latin mass, to broadcast live, because everything was set up. They had all the music. Can we go to a neighboring diocese of Washington, D.C.? Can we go to like Arlington, Virginia? I don't know if their bishop is a good bishop or not, but would he allow a pontifical high mass to be said in any church, with all these people driving just a short distance? Can we find a backup plan here? And this is what we have to do. And if they're going to force us on the margins, we're not going to. I mean, we're going to protest. We're going to push back, because this is an all-out war now. Cardinal Gregory, he's trying to show his loyalty to Pope Francis. He's trying to show his loyalty to the corruption network. And there's nothing. There's no excuse for this. There's no excuse. It's all about the corrupt bishops stomping out the Catholic faith. That's what it's all about. And Cardinal Gregory has shown that he has no interest in the Catholic faith. He has interest in giving communion to Joe Biden. He has interest in, taking money and supporting the corruption network, but not the Catholic faith. And these are our enemies. I mean, make no mistake about it. The lines have been drawn. Cardinal against cardinal, bishop against bishop. Our Lady of Akita said that. And for all the people that are saying, oh, these are, we can't be so divisive. Well, guess what? These people are divisive, and we need to pick our side, and we need to encourage everyone to pick their side. I don't care if you attend the Latin Mass or not. There's a lot of interesting comments. Reverend Novus Ordo, guess what? They don't want that either. They don't want your roll to rails. They don't want communion on the tongue. They don't they don't want your Catholic faith. They don't want you to pray the rosary. They want to ridicule you for being Catholic, doing Catholic things, reading the traditional Bible. Catholics don't do that. Catholics don't read the Bible. All we need to know is Matthew chapter 7 verse 1, do not judge, right? That's what they're telling us. But don't even read the Bible at all. Read Father James Martin's book. Because what matters? There's a reasonable hope that all are saved, right? So we need to fight back. And even, I don't know, even Archbishop Gullickson, I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, maybe he'll just stay in South Dakota, and that'll be that. But we really need our bishops right now to fight back. And you need to find a Latin Mass. You need to find, I don't care, SSPX, because this is war. And Archbishop Gregory has declared war. And, Chicken Little Catholic, giving communion to the Satanists is the most Catholic thing you can do, as it confirms with moral postmodern values. Postmodern values, yeah, that's really what it comes down to is, we're not talking about Catholic values, we're talking about the values of the modern world. Is this the Freemasonic church? Is this the modernist church? No, we're in the Church of Jesus Christ, and these faithless, hierarchy, the faithless members of the hierarchy, they're going to try to stomp us out. All right, well, that's all I have to say about that. I just wanted to let you know this is what's going on, and I don't like doing, I don't really plan on doing a live stream every single day. I mean, that's not really, part of my plan, but, whenever there's news like this is an all-out war. And, look at the book of the Apocalypse. What happens? I have a spoiler alert for you. We win, because good defeats evil in the book of the Apocalypse, and we have the prayers, we have the Mass, and we have the faithful lay people. We have the faithful priests and bishops on our side, and so we have a strong team, and that's what the corruption network is very concerned about. We're lining up, and they're lining up their side, but they have their rainbows and their parades, and all of their feather boas, and we have our rosaries, and we have our crucifixes, and we have our Saint Benedict medals, and let's really gather our sacramentals. Let's let's pray. Let's pray a lot more. Go to adoration. Form your lay groups. You know, like I've been saying, I formed a group that prays the Latin Rosary every month. Maybe that's something that you might want to consider for your community. I don't know. Every community is different, but pray the Rosary, form a Rosary group, form a network of people. I've been saying that for a long time too, but it's really important now. Get a network behind you. I started this channel, and I just started this channel talking about the corruption network, and people are following me because of that. I don't know. I mean, all I'm doing is talking about it. I follow the news and I talk about what I see. And so we really need to group together, become a force. We've already become a force. That's why Pope Francis is concerned. That's why the corruption network is really worried about this, and they're trying to stomp us out. And this hits close to home for me personally and for many of the viewers in the United States. And we're not going to allow this to happen. We certainly can't. We can't allow our church to fall apart, and we won't. We'll find Latin masses, and we'll go there, and the numbers are in our favor. The Latin masses are growing, the clown masses are shrinking, and that's what we're going to need to do is raise our voices in protest. So, thank you. A Gregory agent intruder disliked this video. Well, sorry about that, and I know there's a lot of trolls. That's okay. We can. Not everyone's gonna like it. Not everyone likes the Latin Mass, and that's sad to see. But we're gonna let our voices be heard because we are the laity, and we will not be silent.